Hi everybody, it's Louisa here, and I have another project share for you. I made a birthday card, and this I used Graphic 45 Couture, and this was given to me by Harumi. I believe she's Scrapper and Crafter on YouTube, and I have been hoarding this since she gave it to me. I put it away, never touched it until now. So, yeah, I just wanted to use this on a special project, and this is for a special person, so I broke it out and tore it into several sheets out of there to make this Easel explosion card. And these go here. Let's see. Alright, so I think I went into 4 sheets maybe out of this. And I did some fussy cutting, which I don't do too much out of these papers. And let me put these back in here just so they're out of my way. So anyway, that's what I used. I also used a flower out of this black and white flower pack from Michael's that Anna sent me in my last package. We did a swap. So Anna Yanis, she sent me that. Thank you so much. I did use the one in the center because it had glitter on the petals. And just some black cardstock as my base this time instead of the craft paper that I usually use. Also, little chandelier that you're going to see here, I used out of this pack that is from Genius Design, and this is the Parisian shape set. This is one of the sets that I actually purchased. This was in my order. So there's 2 in here, and I used 1. And I used the stamp set here. I've used this before. This is from TPC. I don't know if it has a name or not. It does not, but it has all these birthday sentiments. So I used the very top one, and I've used this one before. It's a nice script. So I did a little banner that said happy birthday, and I did some fussy cutting. I used this scrap here from another pad from my mind's eye. I forgot which one in particular, but I made a little mat. This is where I'm going to be writing my sentiment, and you'll see where I'm going to stick this in a minute. But I did a black cardstock first, and then did my mat with some black soot inking, and that's the distress ink that I used throughout the whole card, and it's black soot from Tim Holtz Ranger. So I'm not going to adhere this in here because I'm going to be throwing in these cards. These are the cutouts that come in that pad, and that's the 8x8. And these are nice size, like ATC size, I guess. And they are double-sided. So I'm actually going to throw these in with this in front, and you'll see how that's going to go in a minute. So let me put this aside. I sort of had to clean up in here because I am going to be paying my bills in the morning, so I need my desk to be cleared out. So here's the card, and it is an easel card, but it's also an explosion card. So it goes up like this, and in the middle is the explosion part. And I really love the way this came out. Now the person that this is going to is I think likes this kind of style and the colors and everything. So I thought that pad couture would be perfect for this, and I'm using colors that I don't always use, like the reds. But the paper pad comes with lots of colors in here, so it really you can just really go all out with that. It has reds and orange and blues. So I used the black cardstock, and I didn't cover the back. I'll probably just sign with some white gel ink or something, pen. Ugh. And I left the fringe showing through on the bottom, and you'll see that in a minute. So I layered this blue striped paper from the pack, and then I did this one on top of that, and I cut the center like a pie shape. and curled up all the pieces. And since it's only one layer of cardstock, it was a little soft. So I just put like a dot of hot glue underneath those little points there just so they would stay in place while I worked with this. I did tear some corners. I did slight little rips and curls there and a little bit here. I wanted to expose more of the blue paper. I ripped it there too. There's a little curl under there as well. And again, it all got inked with the black soot you can see there and distressed with my Tim Holtz distresser. And I fussy cut some pieces out of there. There's a stamp. And this here and these words here all came on the same sheet that this lady was on. So I fussy cut her out. Fussy cut the little sayings there that came on a strip. It says it says vous êtes belle, which in French it means, and it's over here, you are beautiful. And then ooh la la is right there. So those were all, fussy cut out. And then on the banner, I cut another scrap of paper from that same sheet that the sheet came off of, and then stamped on the happy birthday and just turned it into a little banner with fishtails on both ends. Underneath, I forgot to mention, underneath this paper, I put in a lot of cheesecloth underneath here and here, and it goes all the way up and around and over here. Then the cheesecloth is on top of that paper in this area here underneath my flowers. And then, where do I go to next? Let me just do the lady first. And after I fussy cut her, I inked all the edges with the black soot, and it just kind of gives it a very light borderline. And what I did with, she had a necklace coming down and going all the way down. I couldn't fussy cut it. That was just too small. So I cut it off, and then I just gave her like a thick bracelet with some liquid pearls, the white opal. On her head, she had like a headband, and I just used some of the diamond stickles to do that. Let's see, right there. And then she has, the really thin, like spaghetti straps holding her dress up. So what I did there was I took some of the bling chain. I don't have the bag with me, but that came from Natasha's Scrapbook Corner. So I gave her a bling strap. And on the red flowers here and down here, on her shoes here and there, and on her lips, I just add a little bit of glossy accent just to bring it out a little more. So her lips look shiny, the flowers are shiny, and her shoes are shiny. Both her shoes. Okay, and then on this side, I added that chandelier from Gina's Designs. And again, it looks like this. It's chipboard, laser cut chipboard. And what I did with that is I just covered it completely with some glossy accents and covered it with some of this Wow black glitter from American Crafts. Covered the entire thing and dusted off the excess, let it dry, and it turned into this gorgeous sparkly chandelier. I just love how that came out. I did kind of curve it down because it was sitting on the curls from here. So I curled it down to make it go down and flat onto the background and down here a little bit. So it's, just a little bit curved. And so this area wasn't sticking up because it, was a flat piece. And it just made it look more dimensional that way. And I just put a little bit of glue, hot glue here and there just to hold it down. It goes behind her, as you can see. And it looks more dimensional. Now with the chandelier, there was a little hole up here, perfect place to add some chain. So what I did was I had a scrap piece of the chain from here. That was the last piece left. I hot glued it up there and let it come down and to here. So it looked like, you know, how some chandeliers are hanging with the chain. It kind of goes like this and then it goes up to wherever it's plugged. So that's what I did with that, and it just gives us some more bling. Just love the way that came out. I don't know if I mentioned the stamp that was cut out of the same piece that she is from. Then there's a stick pin that I had here, a little one. And then my flowers, again, this one right here is the one that Anna gave me from Michaels. I took off the little bling that was in the center and added this Natasha Scrapbook Corner bling in the blue. I took some blue Michaels flowers that I had in my stash because it was the only color, the only shade of blue that actually matched this paper that I have. And they already had little pearls on them, so that was perfect. And then just some more fabric flowers from my stash. And these here actually were bigger, and I didn't like them. Let's see if I can show you. They come like this with, you know, all of this, and I was going to use it that way, but it just seemed like too much. So this first couple of layers of petals come right off, and then you're left with this like a bud looking thing and then the bling in the center. So that's what I used. So I just took that apart and used it like that. And I saved the petals, you know, in case I want to use it for something else. So then there's one there, and then one down here. And then just some red, I think these are called hip roses or buds, I don't know. And then there's black here and white. And then I think there's another one. Here's a white one down here. And that's it. Those are just some fabric or ribbon flowers. And I was just bringing all the colors that were in the paper. So I think that's all that's on the front. And then again, it is an easel card. So it comes up like this, exposing the trims on the bottom. And this black gorgeous trim here, which reminds me of something, you know, from that era. Karen had given me this a long time ago, Zucchini Kitty. She actually used some of this in the mini that she created me. We did a swap a while back, sometime last year I believe. So I put that there, and then I added this trim here, and then I put this ruffled lace trim that's here, and on top of that this cream trim that's a double trim, and on top of that is another trim from Natasha Scrapbook Corner. And then I finished it off with this gorgeous black bling in the center. I have two of those, so I went and put one on there. And then on the inside, I used that paper, and I fussy cut these all of the same sheet that this comes with. This one sheet with her on it has a lot that you can cut out. So there were two flowers that were in the same area. I cut the little one over here, and it's only glued on the side. Then I cut this bigger one here, which again is only glued on the side, so it leaves this open to insert my card. But what I'm going to do is I cut out all those cards that were already in the kit, so I'm going to give these to her so she can do what she wants with them, in case she wants to make a little something to match this card. And then do my sentiment on the matted card that I have and just stick that there. And that's how it's going to go. And I don't know if I showed the back. I did finish the back with that paper. So, whoops, this should be out here. So, that's pretty much it. So, I still have to do, how many more cards? Another card at least one. So, that's how it stands and looks. I really like the way it came out, and I love the colors. So hopefully she will too. It actually feels heavy. Alright, so that's it, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.